unwarranted here.
Thank you very much.
Guys, happy morning. Okay. Now, I was in your position. It was 30 years back when I was in my plus 2. Definitely, I had a lot of vision that I wanted to become something. I wanted to do something else. I wanted to achieve something in life. Each of you who are sitting here, you're also having the same vision. You may look very funny, you may look very naughty while you're talking to each other, but deep inside in your thought process, you have that winner's zeal in you that I want to do something, Mother. I am born in this world, I know, but I am not going to die as ordinary. I want to die a fruitful life that is there in each and every one of you sitting here. Let me tell you, every one of us, when we were brought into this world, we were selected among the millions and billions of species. ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲಿ ಅನ್ನೋದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ, ಈ ಮನುಷ್ಯ ಜನ್ಮ ಅನ್ನೋದು ನಮಗೆ ಬರೋದು, it's not going to come very often. It comes once in so many millions years. That is what is being told. You could have been born as a worm, you could have been born as an insect. ನೀವು ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಣಿಯಾಗಿ ಹುಟ್ಟಬಹುದಿತ್ತು, ಒಂದು ಪಕ್ಷಿಯಾಗಿ ಹುಟ್ಟಬಹುದಿತ್ತು, ಒಂದು ಮೀನಾಗಿ ಹುಟ್ಟಬಿಟ್ಟು ಸಾಯಬಹುದಿತ್ತು. If God has chosen you to be born as a human, that means you are already that masterpiece. You are that masterpiece. You are the original, you are the rarest of the rare. Let me tell you, in the past, infinite of time in the past, there was nobody like you. In the infinite of time to come, there will never be anybody like you. Right now, in this world, there is nobody like you. Because you are the rarest of the rare, you are not a duplicate, you are that original piece, you are that masterpiece, you are that masterpiece. Deep inside, namgu our vision is there. I want to do something in life. All of us have that vision, but only thing is, we are not able to consistently carry on that vision. ಒಬ್ಬ ಚಾಯ್ವಾಲ ನಾನು ದೊಡ್ಡ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು, ಇನ್ನಫ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ಗೆ ನಾನು ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋ ಆ ಹುಡುಗನಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಂತ ಆ ಒಂದು ವಿಷನ್ today made him the Prime Minister of India. Let us be very proud of it. It is possible even for a tea wala to become what is called as a Prime Minister. ಒಬ್ಬಾಕೆ ಕಾಡಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಹುಡುಗಿ, ಕಾಡಲ್ಲೇ ವಾಸ ಮಾಡಿ ಕಾಡಲ್ಲೇ ಸಾಯ್ಬೇಕಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಆ ಹುಡುಗಿಗೆ ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ವಿಷನ್, ನಾನು ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಸಾಧಿಸಬೇಕು, ನನ್ನಂತ ಅನೇಕ ಟ್ರೈಬಲ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ವಾಸ ಮಾಡತಕ್ಕಂತ ಕಾಡ್ ಜನರಿಗೆ ನಾನೊಂದು ಮಾರ್ಗದರ್ಶನ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು. ಲೆಟ್ ಮಿ ಬಿ ದಟ್ ಲೀಡರ್ ಫಾರ್ ಮೈ ಓನ್ ಟ್ರೈಬಲ್ಸ್. ವಿ ಶುಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ಲಿವ್ ಆಸ್ ಎ ಟ್ರೈಬಲ್ ಅಂಡ್ ವಿ ಶುಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ಡೈ ಆಸ್ ಎ ಟ್ರೈಬಲ್. ನಾನೊಬ್ಬ ಟ್ರೈಬಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಇದ್ದು ಟ್ರೈಬಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಸಾಯ್ಬೇಕು, ಇದು ನನ್ನ ಉದ್ದೇಶ ಅಲ್ಲ. And this lady becomes the first citizen today. If today the first citizen of India needs to be named, she is the tribal woman Draupadi Murmu. Why? Because she was also of your age, and at this age when she was sitting and attending a session, she was not thinking that how I can pass out this time. She was looking at how am I going to hit that dream. How am I going to hit that goal? Most of you have a lot of inhibition. ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬರು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕುಂತಿರೋರಿಗೆ ಏನೋ ಒಂಥರ inhibition, one anchoring, one resistance ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಏನೋ I cannot do big in life. ನಾನು ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ರೀಸನ್ಗೆ I cannot do big in life ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ನಿಮ್ದು ಎಷ್ಟು ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ ಆಗಿ ಆಂಕರಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ನೀವು you are not able to think big for yourself at all. ಒಬ್ಬ ಫಿಶರ್ ಮ್ಯಾನ್ ಮಗ ಅಪ್ಪಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಒಬ್ಬ ಫಿಶರ್ ಮ್ಯಾನ್ ಹಾಗೆ ಸಾಯ್ಬೇಕಿತ್ತು. ಬಟ್ ಅವನು ಪ್ರತಿ ಸತಿ ನದಿ ನೋಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾಗ ಅವನು when he used to look at the ocean, he never saw the fish that was actually inside. He always saw the moon that was reflecting there, and he told, I am not born here to become a fisherman. I want to go to the sky. All of his friends, all of his brothers and sisters, ಅವ್ರ ನೀರಿನಲ್ಲಿದ್ದ ಮೀನ್ನ ನೋಡಿ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಮೀನ್ನ ಹಿಡಿದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಫಿಶರ್ ಮ್ಯಾನ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಅವ್ರ ವಿಷನ್ ಇತ್ತು. But this man called as Abdul Kalam, he looked at the actually a reflection of the moon and he told, I will go there or I will send somebody to that place. And that was our missile man of India, Abdul Kalam. Why? They had this churning and turning point in their life. All of us are like this, a little naughty Kohli, a little foreign Kohli. But at one point of time, when life slaps you, a transformation will happen. A atheist who is Swami Vivekananda one day gets up to meet up Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. There was never a respect towards Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. This atheist Swami Vivekananda went up to his teacher because he wanted to pull the leg of the teacher. He wanted to make him believe that whatever he is following is wrong. And this man, when he comes under the influence of this great teacher, becomes Swami Vivekananda. And that Swami Vivekananda today has transformed the world. Let us be very proud. That was the day when US or the foreign countries never looked up India as something great. Today, hats off to India. If India wouldn't have existed, the corona would have actually eaten up half of the world. And for that to actually not happen, it was Indian and the leadership of this Chaiwala which actually brought everybody to action, and we were able to produce so-called virus or vaccination within a short time. All of you have taken corona vaccination. Can you tell me what exactly is this corona vaccination? Corona vaccination is just a virus that is injected into your body. A virus which is injected into your body so that your body naturally produces that immunity system. Right now when you are sitting here, what is the kind of injection that I am going to give you through my words, and how it is going to affect you so that a strong immune system should develop within you, and which should say, I am not made for small things in life. After this session, I have also decided I am not made for small things in life. I always used to dream, one day I will make it so big, so big, so big. My mom will be proud of me, my dad will be proud of me, and my relatives will be proud of me. My nation shall be proud of me. That is this beauty of this movie, Dhurandhar. The way it is being put, a life has to be lived like that. Selfless. Selfless. My life is not mine. My life is for the sake of the nation. If others can get in and they can create trouble, do you know how much trouble I can create? That was the spy Dhurandhar. Please do not miss. Go and watch this movie. It tells what conviction is. What is that strong conviction that can always make a Chaiwala to become a Prime Minister? Not every Chaiwala can become a Prime Minister. Not every one of you sitting here can become very, very successful. But few of you sitting here can become so successful that the rest of them will look up to you and say, wow, you were from the same school. What a life you have lived. Let me tell you, there is a beautiful saying in English. Where there is a will, there is a way. All of you can repeat it? Where there is a will, there is a way. Let me change it. There is always a will. Do you have the will? Way. That means there is always a way. Do you have the will? Jaga always is there. Dari always is there. Nimge nan ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋ ಛಲ ಇದೆಯಾ? Right now when you are sitting here, you need not sit with, there is a way, there is always a chair empty. But I am going to sit on this chair with this will that this class can transform me, it will transform you. If you go all the way to Tirumala and if you are expecting nothing will happen, nothing will happen, nothing will happen, definitely nothing shall happen. But when I go there with this faith, this class, this Tirumala visit will transform me from a Chaiwala to so-called Prime Minister. Let me take up this opportunity. Yes, if you sit with that will, then results will automatically pour, because there is always a way. Do you have that will? That Draupadi Murmu had that will. I want to make it big, and she became the biggest. There is nothing beyond becoming a president for a country. And this fisherman's son, there was nothing beyond being a president, and there was nothing beyond being the man who was responsible for this BrahMos. Whatever the BrahMos Operation Sindoor has used, it is the baby of Abdul Kalam. And he is called as a missile man of India. And he was once a student who actually studied in one such school like you and me. But something happened deep inside. He started feeling like, I am not made for small things in life. I am made for big things in life. Let me go and target that big things. And so he became what he became. Right now all of you are sitting here. Ask yourself, दुश्मन कहाँ है? No, दुश्मन अंदर है. For you to become successful, for Abdul Kalam to become successful, Abdul Kalam's parents were not responsible. Abdul Kalam's friends were not responsible. Abdul Kalam's brothers and sisters were not responsible. If he was successful, it is only because of him. Again, I am telling you, can you become the those to yourself? Right now, sitting here, you can sit with this conviction. Let this next 20-30 minutes bring so much of changes in me. From today onwards, I will not be the same person. That is what you can do to yourself. Can you become a dost to yourself instead of becoming a dushman? A chai wala becomes a prime minister because inside the chai wala there was no dushman. There was a dost sitting. Right now, when you want to make a change, ask yourself, do I have that friend sitting in me who can make the changes? I was just going through your college website. I've seen in the past 8 to 9 years, from the same second PUC, there were a lot of students who have scored 100%. That means 100 out of 100. In the same place, in the same building, in the same environment, with the same teachers, they were able to score 100%. That means there is always a way. Each and every one of you sitting here, ask yourself, do you have that will? There is 10% which has come to this college. Maybe one of them in one subject only, but many of them in one or two subjects. There is always been a past in the same college where students have scored 98, 99, 100. Now it is your turn. The exam which is coming right now, you have an option. Either I score less, either I score 10%. Again I am telling you, where there is a will, there is a way. No, there is always a way. Ask yourself, do you have that will? Before I could get into examination pattern, before I could tell you what is study skills all about, let me also explain you a very important thing. All of you would have heard about Brahma Muhurta. Brahmi Muhurta or Brahma Muhurta is something, that time period which is just before the sunrise and after the sunrise. This time is considered as very important time of this 24 hours. So important it is and so much highly energized it is. Anything that you do at that particular time, with little efforts, you can get maximum benefit out of it. That's the reason we say, if something is very difficult, if something is not getting into your head, if you find some subjects are very difficult, some lessons are too difficult for you to understand, get into this Brahmi Muhurta and then sit and study. You will see miraculously the same subject which you felt you were not able to understand, you will start understanding. That is the importance of this Brahmi Muhurta. Now, Dushman kahan hai? Why I told andar hai? Right now, from tomorrow you have an opportunity. Can I make use of this Brahmi Muhurta? And for you to wake up, your friend is responsible, your mom is responsible, your dad is responsible. No, you are responsible. If you get up, you study, you score good marks. You don't get up, you cannot blame anybody else. Dushman kahin aur nahi hai, andar hai. Can you not be the dushman of yourself? Can you be a dost of yourself so that you tell all this and make yourself get up early in the morning? Do not miss even one such Brahmi Muhurta starting from tomorrow. If your target is in the exam, I want to see myself there. If your plan, I want to see myself there, there is no giving up. In the same manner, when I spoke about Brahmi Muhurta, in one of the scriptures it writes, in the human life, all of us are born and we are going to die. As we call this 24 hours. Born is early in the morning when the sun rises, that means you are born. At one point of time, maybe after 80 years, 70 years, 90 years, few of you may hit that 100 also. After that, there is one day you are going to die and everybody knows it is a fact. Now, in this birth and death, there are certain walks of life, so many years of your life. At the age of 5, at the age of 10, at the age of 15, at the age of 20, at the age of 25, at the age of 50, at the age of 60. When we look at all this age, just like I was talking about Brahmi Muhurta, in the same manner, the age between 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, this is called as a Brahmi age of your entire life. It comes once and it only comes once. Just like in this 24 hours that Brahmi Muhurta comes only once and only once in a day, this also comes only once and only once in your life. Right now, the energy and the aura in you is very high. With little efforts, you can gain maximum out of it. Right now, during these years, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, if you can actually channelize yourself in a best manner so that your career gets shaped and you will see yourself achieving so many remarkable things which nobody has achieved. A chess player, we can identify is chess as a career right at this age, and people say one day he is going to make it a big. A cricket player, right at this age, people identify and say he becomes very great. So like that, this is called as a Brahmi age of your life. You are actually in that particular place where your energy level is so high, biologically also and otherwise in a spiritual way also. Lot of changes are happening in your body and you tend to do so many good things and miraculous things on the positive side, and at the same time, same thing would happen on the negative side also. If you can hold on to yourself with this conviction, if I can carry on this Brahmi years of my life, Brahma Muhurta years of my life, with some conviction that there are some do's I will do, there are some don'ts. ನಾನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಇರೋದು ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದು ಅಂತ ಇರೋದನ್ನ ನೀವು ಕ್ಲೀನ್ ಆಗಿ ಚಾನಲೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು when you start going ahead, each and every one of you have that energy in you which can transform a chaiwala into a prime minister. That energy is lying deep inside you. The energy which transformed a tribal woman into a president, that energy is lying in each and every one of you. Can you channelize it? Can you actually put it into action? The choice is yours. Right now there is Abdul Kalam sitting in every one of you. It is only that you will have to take the stand. From today come what may, my conviction towards my classes will be so severe, so convicted that I will not even think of anything else other than this. Right now if you take up this, definitely you can make a big difference to your exams. Now coming to this exams, because I have to speak on effective study skills and memory techniques. What is effective studies? See, none of us was sitting here. We don't go home and say, no, I don't want to read books. No, all of us have an intention that I want to score the maximum possible. Nobody wants to score less. But everybody is not able to score the same. Why? When we ask this question, it entirely depends on how effectively you have prepared yourself for so-called exam. What is an exam? When you are writing science, let it be physics, chemistry, maths, biology, computer science, or you are writing commerce, business studies, statistics, psychology. What really happens in an exam? In an exam, I am sitting in an examination hall and the question paper comes. The moment I see the question paper, my mind is so happy because I know none of the questions have come out of the syllabus. You also know, first question is from this particular chapter, second question is from this particular chapter, a moorne question, second book bardidine, nalakne chapter idu. Every chapters that you are studying is there in your memory, and every question is getting connected, and it is exactly telling you from which chapter each of these questions have come. You will never have out of the syllabus questions. And even if something like that happens, you need not worry. Why? Ask me why? Why? Because public TV Rangnath will take care. The day any of this 10th standard or 12th standard or the graduation, the question paper has come out of the syllabus, that day prime time Rangnath in public TV will take up that issue and he will say, ಪೇಪರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದವರು ಕುಡಿದು ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು ಕುಡಿದೇ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ ದ ಸಿಲೆಬಸ್ ಇಂದ ಆಚೆ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಬಂದಿದೆ, ನಾನು ಈಗಲೇ ಎಜುಕೇಶನ್ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಹತ್ರ ಮಾತಾಡಿ ಅಷ್ಟು ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಗ್ರೇಸ್ ಕೊಡೋ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆ ಅಂತ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಶತ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. And next day in the newspaper will come, one of the question has come out of the syllabus, so every student will get 5 to 10 marks grace depending. Why? Because the rule is nothing should come out of the syllabus. But I know in my past 25 years of experience, none of the time a question has come out of the syllabus. then why is that everybody will not score the same? Why? When I say effective study means memory is also important. While the question paper was given, ನಿಮಗೆ ಅನ್ನಿಸ್ತು ಯಾವ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಯಾವ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಇಂದ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಬೆಲ್ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಪೆನ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ಬರೀಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂತ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ when you start to write, that is where the problem starts. When you are reading the question, you know from which chapter. When you are trying to recollect the answer, 100% answer won't come, 70% answer comes. You write only 70% answer to that question, you only score 70%. Few of you are not able to recollect even 50%. You write whatever you could recollect and you are only getting 50%. Few of you getting confused whether it is this question, this answer, or that question and this answer. So what you do? Our husband na your wife na our husband ge transfer marbit baddaga there also you lose your marks. So what happens? Some of them really fail. None of them failed because any questions came out of the syllabus. Why few of you failed or scored the less marks? Because of the confusion. Your memory was not supporting you. ನೀವು ಅದು ಕೂತು ಬರೀಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂತ ಕೂತಾಗ 100% ಮೇಲೆ question is there, exactly the answer should come and you should be able to write it in a very fast and neat manner so that every marks that is allotted to that question should come to you. And when you keep doing that, 7% is possible. It was possible in the past, it will be possible in the future. In your absence, your juniors also are capable of getting it. Right now you are sitting here and you are facing the exam. Ask yourself, can it be possible by me? It can be anything. You are a 60% scorer. Tell yourself, I will not score anything less than 70. You still have 2 months. You can still promote yourself to 70%. It is possible. Okay, what is the technique we will have to use? We will try to understand that. Before that, I was talking about memory. What is memory? Question paper bandide, I pick up the paper and I am trying to write the answer. If I am not able to recollect, why is that I am not able to recollect? That means, what are you asking? Nan yak maruva agtide? Why am I forgetting the complete answer? Or why am I forgetting a part of the answer? Most of it, whatever you have written, you will get marks. But for that, what you have not written, for which you lose the marks, it is a question that you will have to answer. Why is it I am actually not able to remember? For that, let me answer, is forgetting a curse or a boon? Curse and a shapana. Maru vandu shapana, vandu varana. Can you answer me? Maru shapana, vandu varana. Sometimes maru, when you don't forget the right kind of things, it is a curse. At the same time, when you are not able to remember the right things at the right time, that is also a curse. Why I tell you that? Let me give you a simple example. We also do what is called a student counseling. Now in Madhuri, yaar student, vidyarthi, or parents ಒಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು, I have always seen this, ನನ್ನ ಮಗ ನನ್ನ ಮಗಳು ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗೆಯಿಂದ ಸಂಜೆವರೆಗೂ ಓದ್ತಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ರಾತ್ರಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಓದ್ತಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಬಟ್ ಅದೇ ಅವ್ರ ಕಸಿನ್ ಅಷ್ಟು ಓದಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ ಅವ್ರಿಗಿಂತ ಇವಳ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ 10-15% ಕಮ್ಮಿನೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. That means she is having a problem of forgetting. She is not doing effective studies. I am going to tell you what is that effective studies. So, our bandidru, they had come for a counseling session. Adu counseling session ita. Ade time ge one more parents had come with a 9th standard girl because it was both of them were attempting 10th. She is from an ICSE student. Our bandidru ಏನಂದ್ರು, sir, my daughter is not able to focus on studies. My daughter always scored 95 to 100 between that range, right from first standard to 9th standard midterm. But after that, our performance has come down below 50%. You should help me. We had 2 situations. Why I am telling you? Because I am going to speak about effective study skills. Modulnedralli, when I spoke, what they told us, she is reading from morning till evening, but she is not able to remember. That is what we identified. For that, we have one more solution. But the second parent who told, my daughter always scored between 95 to 100%, but only from last midterm onwards, she is been underperforming. Can you please help us out? So we as counselors, we try to go depth into the origin of the problem. Andre, a problem yadrinda bandirbodu adanna kandihidiyakoskara we ask too many questions. In the second case, we came to know this girl had lost her grandmother, who was her best friend. She was a friend, she was a mother, she was a grandmother, everything to her. And this lady, when the grandmother passed away, this girl was not able to forget her grandmother. She always started thinking of her, she always remembered her, she started crying. Every time she came back from the school, the first thing what she used to do is go to her grandmother, start talking to her during all of those growing years. Right now the grandmother is not there. She comes, grandma, she's not there, she starts crying. And she is emotionally so much has become uncomfortable that she is not able to focus on studies. She only thinks of her grandmother and she keeps on weeping. Now our challenge was, can we make this girl forget grandmother? But the same girl in the school, she is okay. But when she comes back home, immediately the memory comes. Our grandmother used to sit in the sofa, our grandmother used to watch the TV, our grandmother used to feed her when she is having lunch, our grandmother used to prepare her coffee and give. All these, when it is happening, she is so much disturbed, she is not able to forget. This is one. Second, that girl, what she told when we gave her a small exam, she was not able to recollect. That means both of them had different problems. In one case, we wanted this girl to forget her grandmother. In another case, we wanted that girl to remember whatever she has studied. So we had two situations to handle. For one, we had to do counseling to forget something. For one more, we had to do counseling so that she remembers everything with clarity. See, two different situations. So what we did for this grandmother passed away girl, I told her there is no other go. You will have to shift her from this place to a new place where no memory of her grandmother should hit her. No photographs of her grandmother, nothing whatever her grandmother used. It has to be a new place, it has to be a new environment, and nobody among the relatives will come and speak to her about her grandmother. So that slowly 1 week, 2 weeks, she will forget her grandmother and she will be able to focus on the studies. They exactly did the same thing, and this girl again scored 96%. And after the counseling session was over, after the results were announced, they came and then they paid me what I had charged them. I had told them, don't pay me until your daughter scores 95 or 96. Only registration fees they had paid. Why this was happening there? I wanted her to forget her grandmother. So we had to remove the memory of her grandmother, and we had to remove every trigger which used to make her remember her grandmother, so that she will never remember her grandmother at least till the exam, and slowly she was able to actually continue with that and she got good results. Now we will come to the second. The second girl, she was always reading, just like how you and me read. See, all of us do reading. What is the reading we do? When I say I am sitting for studies, what do? I just sit on a table, I take a paper, I take information, put into my memory. Every time I keep doing that. After 2 hours, if your parents come, what are you doing? Taking information, putting it here. After 3 hours, again if your parents come, what are you doing? Taking information, putting it here. Is that what you do in the exam? No. In the exam, you do exactly the reverse. You will have to take information from here and put it onto the paper. You are not practicing that. The girl who actually was scoring less, she was not practicing that. When she is not practicing that and then directly goes to the exam and she has to do something which she has never practiced in the past, it's not going to work. Only 50-60% it will work. So recollection is something that you will have to practice if you want to score good in exam. Not taking information and putting it here. So every time take information, putting it here, take information, putting it here, take information, putting it here. Midnight, 12 o'clock, again take information, put it here. That's not what you are going to do in the exam. In the exam, I have to take the information from here and put it in the form of writing. Are you practicing that more, or are you practicing this more? If you are doing this more, it will definitely reflect in low marks. If you are doing that more, it can always give you 10% results. So we actually advise a study pattern something like this. In 1 hour, how many 20 minutes are there? 1 ಗಂಟೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು 20 ನಿಮಿಷ ಇದೆ? There are 3 20 minutes. All of us can repeat. First 20 minutes, second 20 minutes, third 20 minutes. First, last, ಮಧ್ಯದ್ದು ಅಂತ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. First 20 minutes, middle 20 minutes, last 20 minutes. Year afterwards, wherever you sit for studies, keep that time in your mind. Write down the time. I am sitting for studying for 1 hour. So divide your time. If it is 11 o'clock, 11 to 11:20, first 20 minutes. 11:20 to 11:40, second 20 minutes. 11:40 to 12 o'clock, last 20 minutes. Divide it, and your study should be something like this. First 20 minutes, take the book. Whatever chapters you are studying, only write down the questions. Because that is the trigger which needs to be alerted in the exam, so that the moment I read this question, answer should jump. And then I should write it. So for everything that you study, put a trigger, put a question mark to that, so that it can help you to recollect better. So write down the question first and then start studying. First 20 minutes. Second 20 minutes, close the book. Take the question, read the question, try to tell an answer to yourself orally, so that you know the memory which has actually taken all the information is able to actually recollect and give you, and let it do it. You will have trouble. Open the book again. If you are stuck up, open the book. Again, if you are stuck up, open the book. Then the last 20 minutes, take the book, put it into a shelf, lock it. You are not going to use that. Now take the same question, write it. This is the most important part, because in the exam you will write, and for that writing you get an exam. What you call it as marks. For reading you don't get marks. For writing you get marks. Practice the next 20 minutes that. If you cannot remember, it's okay. If you cannot remember, somehow spend 20 minutes. Seriously try to recollect whatever information you can, because you are building your muscles of your mind to recollect. Just like if I want my right arm to be stronger, I have to do exercise consistently with my right arm. Slowly my right arm over a period of time becomes very, very strong. The same thing is with memory. I will have to feed him a kiosk and a question mark telling every time try to recollect, every time try to recollect, every time try to recollect. And when he's doing it over a period of time, he becomes a better recollector. All of you, if you have observed Shakuntala Devi, what we call her as a computer woman, it is not that one day Achanak she got up and she told, I am better than a computer, give me any mathematical formula or give me any mathematical equation, I will solve it just like that in minutes before the computer can even think of solving it. But was it possible for her to do it one day? No. Right from the childhood, she was being consistently put into this kind of an activity, where she started becoming a part of that class, where she used to ask me any tables, I'll tell you till 100 also. She was good. Slowly what she told, after a week, you ask me any tables till 200 manza, I can do it. And after a week what she did, she asked, give me any multiplication of 2 numbers with 3 numbers, I can do it. Next, 3 numbers with 3 numbers. What did she do? She slowly started training her brain, so that the brain works on recollecting information, doing that again and again. That which on which you invest time, that grows. That on which you don't invest time, you deprive that doesn't grow. So this is what you will have to do. The first 20 minutes, the middle 20 minutes, the last 20 minutes. First 20 minutes, take the information, put it into your memory. The next 20 minutes, close the book, only with the questions, try to recollect. It's an auditory. Try to recollect as much as you can. And then, as a third option, close the book, keep it there, and then do it. This is initially you will do for 1 hour, 20, 20, 20. What if you take up 2 hours? If it is 2 hours, 40, 40, 40. If it is 3 hours, 60, 60, 60. As your study holidays start pouring in, you will have to keep working. Only when you work like that, you can see miracles happening. I want to show you how consistency can actually help you to grow. I would like to share one video of my son. He's studying in final year IIT in Kharagpur. He's a topper there. How their memory system works. Few of you iduvargu kuntirade ಹೆಚ್ಚು. The teacher would be observing. ನನ್ನ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಎಂದು ಇದುವರೆಗೂ ಇಷ್ಟು ಸೈಲೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಮೌನವಾಗಿ ಕುಂತವರೇ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಇವತ್ತೇನೋ ಕುಂತು ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Because she is also expressing that shyness. But let me tell you, here is my son who is able to sit on the same chair for 12 hours non-stop and they are able to study. Not him, all the students in the same college, they do the same thing. For them, morning, afternoon, evening, night, does not matter. They sit and simply study. I'll share that video because that would motivate you sometime when you feel like, you need to are Big Boss ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅನ್ಸ್ತಿದೆ. The Russian movie ಏನಾಯ್ತು ಏನು ಕಾಂತಾರನು ನೋಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. KGF ಬೇರೆ ಬರ್ತಿದೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ ಟಾಕ್ಸಿಕ್ ಬರ್ತಿದೆ. ಟಾಕ್ಸಿಕ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮ್ಯಾಡಮ್ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಕಾಣ್ತಾರೆ. So a lot of things are happening. You can watch this 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. 4 hours. He needs to go for this. Other ಕೇಳಬೇಡಿ ಸರ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರಾ ಅಂತ. He goes and I asked why I actually showed you this is, see sometimes because of the routine work, you also feel it has become a monotonous work. What is this life? Every day college ಹೋಗಬೇಕು, every day ಅದೇ ಲೆಕ್ಚರ್ ಅನ್ನು ನೋಡಬೇಕು, ಅದೇ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ಸ್ ನ ಓದಬೇಕು, ಓದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಾವು ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಸಾಧನೆನಾದ್ರೂ ಏನು, ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಹುಡುಗಿನಂತೂ ಮದುವೆ ಆಗ್ಲೇಬೇಕು, ಆ ಅಮ್ಮನ ಮಾತು ವರ್ಷ ಇಡೀ ಕೇಳಲೇಬೇಕು. All these are running in your mind. But can you start thinking a little differently? I know all this will be there. Can I do it quite differently? Can I do it like how Abdul Kalam did? Can I do it how Draupadi Murmu did? Can I do it how Steve Jobs did? Steve Jobs was a person who was not having even a place for him to rest. Used to sleep on the roads. And he has lived many of the days by eating the ISKCON prasadam that was given in ISKCON temples of United States of America. All of you should know, ಈ ಸತಿ ಮಹಾಕುಂಭ ಮೇಳ ಆದಾಗ, which happens once in 140 years, it was his only dream that and only vision was his company should grow up. But in this lifetime, he wanted to attend this Mahakumbh. But somehow God had taken him much earlier than that. Just to make his dream getting realized, his wife comes to this Mahakumbh Mela. She attends this program and goes. So it is a very important one. I will go for some important things without wasting most of your time. I'll be sharing this with you so that you can go through this. ಈ PPT ಮತ್ತೆ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ನಿಮಗೆ ನಂತರ ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. You can just go through. Now, why do we forget? I gave a counseling, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಆ ಕೌನ್ಸಿಲಿಂಗ್ ಇಂದ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗೆ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಅಂತೂ ಆಯಿತು. ಬಟ್ ನಾವು ಮರೆಯೋದು ಏನಕ್ಕೆ? ಸೊ ನಾವು ಮರೆಯೋದು ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ, you can listen to this great scientist who is called as Ebbinghaus. Ebbinghaus ಒಬ್ಬ ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಸೈಂಟಿಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದ. He develops a theory called as Ebbinghaus forgetting curve ಅಂತ. ನಾವು ಯಾವ್ದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಯಾವ್ದನ್ನಾದ್ರೂ ಮರೀತೀವಿ? Why do we actually forget? Something which is done repeatedly ನಾವು ಮರೆಯೋದಿಲ್ಲ. Something which is not done repeatedly now let us understand this graph because you are going to face your second PUC exam. Now ಇವತ್ತು ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಓದಿದ್ವಿ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಓಕೆ, ನಿಮ್ದು ಎಲ್ಲ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಪೋರ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತೂ ಮುಗಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಎವ್ರಿ ಡೇ 2 to 3 ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ನೀವು ಟಾರ್ಗೆಟ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಇವತ್ತು ಒಂದು ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ನೀವು ಓದ್ತೀರಾ ಅಂತ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. After you read that chapter, without even coming back to the chapter once, after 60 days, if you want to actually know how much you remember, you will not even remember 5%. Some of you even will not be able to recollect the title of the entire chapter. Chapter title ಕೆಲವರಿಗೆ ನೆನಪು ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. Why? It is not a problem with the memory. It is your problem because you did not revise it. Now revise ಮಾಡಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ it will not stay in the memory. Now revise ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ it stays in the memory. That girl who should have forgotten her grandmother, a new place, a new friends, everything new was given to her, so that she will at any point of time will not remember her grandmother. That means ಎಲ್ಲೇ ಆಗಲಿ ಗ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಮದರ್ ನ ನೆನಪಿಸ್ತಕ್ಕಂತ ವಸ್ತುಗಳು ಯಾವುದು ಕಾಣಬಾರ್ದು, ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಆಡಿಯೋ ಸಹ ಅವ್ರ ಕಿವಿಗೆ ಬೀಳ್ಬಾರ್ದು, ಅವ್ರ ವಿಡಿಯೋನು ಸಹ ಅವ್ರ ಕಿವಿಗೆ ಬೀಳ್ಬಾರ್ದು ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದು ಉದ್ದೇಶ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು they were shifted to a new place. It worked. But Nimya, whatever you want to remember, that should be available in all the places. That should be listened by you multiple times. That should be read by you multiple times. Now, adara madlilla andre you will not be able to remember. Now, Nimya, ಏನಕ್ಕೆ you actually have that forgettingness? You read a particular lesson, but after reading a lesson, after 10 days or after 5 days, you should do the first revision. After another 1 week, you will have to do the second revision. After 15 days, you will have to do the third revision. After 30 days, you will have to do the fourth revision. After doing that fourth revision, you go to the exam. You will remember 90%. Sometimes you remember 100% because your memory has consistently tried to recollect it. Revision. Revision is not again taking information and putting it here. Closing the book, taking information from here and putting it onto the paper. If that could be done regularly, it works. Adu yaak aatara annodukkoskara let us understand. Nammalli 3 kinds of memories ಇದೆ. Anybody any idea? The first is sensory memory ಅಂತ ಕರೀತೀವಿ. So we call it as sensory memory. We have 5 sensory organs. ನಾವೇನ್ ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ, ನಾವೇನ್ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀವಿ, whatever you touch, whatever you feel, whatever you taste, whatever you smell. ಆ ಒಂದು 5 sensory organs ಇಂದ environmental stimuli it keeps getting through this sensory memory. Sensory memory ನೀವೇನಾದ್ರೂ ಬಿಸಿ ಟಚ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ immediately the sensory memory will alert you have touched something very hot and it will immediately reflex. ಕೈ ತೆಗೆಯೋದು, ದೂರ ಹೋಗೋದು, ಅದು ನ್ಯಾಚುರಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ. Why? Because it is active in the sensory memory. Next one we call it as short term memory, and then the other one we call it as long term memory. Long term memory we also call it as permanent memory. ಈಗ ನೀವು ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಓದ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ, I don't want to forget ಅನ್ನೋರು you should take the information and put it into long term memory. ಈಗ ಯಾರನ್ನ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ. 16 9s are it won't come, I know. 19 8s are ಸರಿ ಈ ಕಡೆ ನಿಂತಿದ್ದು ನೋಡ್ಬೇಡಿ. Okay, we will go for 17 8s are it won't come. But if I ask you 9 8s are 72 will come. 8 8s are 5 8s are. Why it is coming so fast? And the same thing did not happen with 19. That which you have revised multiple times, which has gone and stayed in the long-term memory, it will never be forgotten for lifetime. You need not do revision now. Why? It has gone to the long-term memory. It is there. It is permanently there. But use it. Do not always depend on the calculator because you will forget your basic tables. So sometimes we say answer few of the mathematical problems without using a calculator so that your ability to remember and recollect grows. Most of us have stopped recollecting. Everything we are using a calculator. Sometimes to add up even single digit number, we use a calculator. 2 rupees plus 4 rupees plus 5 rupees plus 7 rupees. We have gone to that level now. So use it. Now we have understood sensory memory, short-term memory, permanent memory or long-term memory. So how do I actually push my lessons to what we call it as long-term memory? How can I do? We call it as elaborative rehearsal. Can everybody repeat it? Elaborative rehearsal. Any reversal, any revision that is done multiple times, that will automatically get into the long-term memory. And when it gets into a long-term memory, when you have an exam, when you have an interview, when you have a viva, the long-term memory, whatever the content are there, it automatically comes to the short-term memory, and from the short-term memory, information can be retrieved, and it works wonders. So all of you who are using a pen and paper, please write down. This is called as Hebbinger forgetting curve. And I Google ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು, you can always try to find out EBBINGHAUS, Hebbinger forgetting curve. Now, just for an example, ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕಷ್ಟಪಟ್ಟು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ ಇಂದ ಇದುವರೆಗೂ ಓದ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀರಾ. Have you ever asked yourself, did any one of you ನೀವೇ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರಾ, what is the study style that works for me? See, God does not believe in creating duplicates. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು, you are a masterpiece, you are a masterpiece. Duplicate create ಮಾಡೋದು human nature. Artificial intelligence duplicates ಎಲ್ಲ create ಮಾಡೋದು human nature. Non-human nature, God's nature is He never creates duplicate. So, have you ever asked, what is your studying style? What is your studying pattern? There are three kinds of study styles. One is, we call it as visual study style. All of you repeat. Visual study style. Auditory study style. Kinesthetic study style. See, ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲವರು ವಿಜುವಲ್ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಸ್ಟೈಲ್, ಅವ್ರೇನು ಟೀಚರ್ ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಏನೇ ಬರೆದ್ರು ಅವ್ರು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ಟೀಚರ್ ನ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ, ಯು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ವೆರಿ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಇಟ್. Next, okay, my voice is audible? Yes. Okay. So, visual ನ ಯಾಕನ ವಿಜುವಲ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತೀವಿ? ನಾವು ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಪುಸ್ತಕ ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ, we don't read because we are visual. ನಮ್ಗೆ ವಿಜುವಲ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾರನ್ನ ಪಕ್ಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಜೋರಾಗಿ ಓದೋರ್ನ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಆಟೋಮೆಟಿಕ್ ಆಗಿ ಡಿಸ್ಟರ್ಬೆನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಶುರು ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ನಾವೇನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, ನೀನ್ ಜೋರಾಗಿ ಓದಂಗಿದ್ರೆ ಈ ರೂಮ್ ಬರಬೇಡ, ನೀನ್ ಪಕ್ಕದ ರೂಮ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗು. ನನ್ಗೆ ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ವೈ? ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಡಿಟರಿ ಅಂಡ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ವಿಜುವಲ್. You just observe the book, you can understand, you can memorize, you just see the teacher explaining whatever she writes on the board and it works for you. You open the book, you just see, you will not read. These are called as visual people. Auditory people andaga avrige the ear is their greatest sensory organ. ಅವರು ಮತ್ತೆ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡಾಗ ಮಾತ್ರ it works for them. ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ we say get into group discussion. ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಷನ್ ಹೋಗಿ ಒಬ್ರಿಗೊಬ್ರು ಓದ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಇಲ್ಲ ನೀವೇನೆ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಫ್ರೀ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಅದನ್ನ ಹೆಡ್ಫೋನ್ ತರ ಹಾಕೊಂಡು ಮತ್ತೆ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಈಗ ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಡೈಲಾಗ್ ನ when I listen to it multiple times, ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಹಾಡ್ ನ when I listen to multiple times, lyrics automatic ಆಗಿ by heart ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Why? Because my memory has done what is called as rehearsing it to myself. ಅದೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೆ, ಶಾರ್ಟ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಮೆಮರಿಯಿಂದ ಪರ್ಮನೆಂಟ್ ಮೆಮರಿಗೆ ಹಾಕ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಪಡೋದೇ ಬೇಡ. ಆ ಹಾಡ್ನ ಮತ್ತೆ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಕೆಲವೊಂದ್ಸತಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಅಭ್ಯಾಸ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹಾಡ್ ನಿಂತೋದ್ರು ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ಅಂಡ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ದ ಸಾಂಗ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ರಿಹರ್ಸಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪೆಂಡ್ ವಿತೌಟ್ ಯುವರ್ ನೋಟಿಸ್. ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಡೂ ದಟ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ರೈಟ್ ನೌ. ಯಾರ್ಯಾರು ಆಡಿಟರಿ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ, ನೀವು ಓದ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಆಗಿರೋ ಆಡಿಯೋನ ಈ ಇಯರ್ಫೋನ್ ಹಾಕೊಂಡು ಕೆಲವೊಂದ್ಸತಿ ಯಾವಾಗ ನೀವು ಓದ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ಬಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಟ್ರಾವೆಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತೀರಾ, ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ನಾಯ್ಸಿ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಟೈಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಡ್ಫೋನ್ ಹಾಕೊಂಡು ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಲಿಸನ್. When you keep on listening, automatically the memory knows that you are doing a revision, it will push it to a permanent memory. When it is pushed to permanent memory, when you get into an examination or from the permanent memory, it is easy to recollect. So we say find out whether you are visual or auditory. Auditory ಗೆ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಷನ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್, ಒಬ್ರಿಗೊಬ್ರು ಓದೋದು ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್, ನೀವು ಓದಿರೋದನ್ನ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ನೀವೇ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಥರ್ಡ್ ಇಸ್ ಕೆನೆಸ್ಥೆಟಿಕ್. ಕೆನೆಸ್ಥೆಟಿಕ್ ಯಾರು? ಅವ್ರು ಬರ್ದೇ ಅಭ್ಯಾಸ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ವೆನ್ ಯು ಲುಕ್ಡ್ ಅಟ್ ಮೈ ಸನ್, ಹಿ ವಾಸ್ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಕೆಲವ್ರಿಗೆ ವಿಜುವಲ್ ಅಷ್ಟು ಪರ್ಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ 10-20% ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆಡಿಟ್ರಿ ಒಂದ್ 10-20% ಇನ್ನೂ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ಬಹುದು. ಬಟ್ ಅವ್ರು ಒಂದ್ಸತಿ ಬರೆದ್ರೆ 100% ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ದೇ ಡೂ, ದೇ ಕೀಪ್ writing and writing and writing and writing and then learning. Most of the time the tortoise may be slow because writing always will consume more time, but the tortoise always wins the race. Always remember, the tortoise might be slow, he may be writing and writing and writing, the air may be very very fast, the air will sleep and it will actually put a break from so called permanent memory to short term memory. Enough revision madodilla, nade odudraytu nade odudraytu nade odudraytu. Let me tell you, the research says that every college has 90% of the students who are capable of taking 85 and above, as per the research, because Indian system alle aa ondu academically perfect people annadna already devru aa time alle Harappa and Mohenjo-daro civilization alli Nalanda university li henge 1000 universities ittu, from all over the world people used to come and study Ayurveda, people used to come and study yoga, people used to come and study even surgery. Plastic surgery was first done in India. And zero was the greatest gift that was given by Aryabhatta. The decimal system of number system what they follow, we were having it much before. We called the earth Bhugol, the study of planets Bhugol, and we knew Suryaya, Chandraya, it is 8. We never told the last two. Have you seen? Suryaya, Chandraya, Mangalaya, Budaya, Guru Shukra Shani Vasya, Rahu Ketu. We never told Rahu Ketu is different. Rahu Ketu are together, is head, that means it is together, there is no Pluto. We had known this much before. A great writer writes, there is nothing that the Indian epics have not told that is happening in the world right now. Hats off to those Indian intelligence who were our past. We are the present, we are a byproduct of our invasion that happened through Britishers, and we are being pushed into clerical system, and our education system have made us clerks. It has not made us think that we can become leaders. For the first time in last 10 years, India is blooming from all the sides, and everybody is looking up to India and saying, wow, what a life India is having. And that is India, and that Indians are you who are sitting here. Have that belief in your system. You can also do good. You can also make a big difference in the world. So, again, what did my son say? I am a little slow learner. I know audio and visual will not work. So what I will do? I will write. I will feel the experiment. I am a kinesthetic. For you, those who want to score high, there is no escape. You will have to become this kinesthetic. See, when I read at this last one, I have already explained what is visual, what is auditory, what is kinesthetic, but there is a small phrase which I want to read it loud so that it goes. Of course, you should know that those who make it to the top bracket of academic practice, they practice all the 3 learning methodologies. Yarge 100% score ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಅವ್ರು ನಾನು ಬರೀ ವಿಜುವಲೇ ಫಾಲೋ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಬರೀ ಆಡಿಟರಿ ಫಾಲೋ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಬರೀ ಕೆನೆಸ್ಥೆಟಿಕ್ ಫಾಲೋ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಆ ತರ ಇದ್ರೆ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. Those who want to score and have the highest marks, they don't give anything to chances. They follow all the 3 learning methodologies. You should ask yourself, what is the learning methodologies you follow? And there is in a study time ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, there are some peak hours ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, there are some non peak hours ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಬ್ರಹ್ಮ ಮುಹೂರ್ತದಲ್ಲಿ ಎದ್ದು ಓದೋದು ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್, ಬಟ್ ವರ್ಷ ಇಡೀ ನೀವು ಆತರ ಮಾಡದೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಇಟ್ ಮೇ ನಾಟ್ ಬಿ ದಟ್ ಕಂಫರ್ಟಬಲ್ ಫಾರ್ ಯು. ಇಫ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಟ್ರೈ ಅಂಡ್ ಡೂ ವಿತ್ ಕನ್ವಿಕ್ಷನ್, ಬ್ಯೂಟಿಫುಲ್. ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಓಕೆ. ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫೈ ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಯೋರ್ ಪೀಕ್ ಅವರ್ಸ್. ನನ್ ಯಾವ ಸಮಯದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಓದಿದಾಗ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ನನಗೆ ಕಂಫರ್ಟಬಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ವಿತೌಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ ಎಫರ್ಟ್ಸ್, ಅದನ್ನ ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫೈ ಮಾಡಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಪೀಕ್ ಅವರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಎಲ್ಲ ಡಿಫಿಕಲ್ಟ್ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ನ ಆ ಟೈಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತ್ರ ಓದೋ ತರ ಒಂದು ಟೈಮ್ ಟೇಬಲ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಅಂಡ್ ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ ಸಮ್ ಅವರ್ಸ್ ವೇರ್ ನೀವು ಎಷ್ಟೇ ಮನ್ಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಓದಕ್ ಹೋದ್ರು ಏನು ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಈಸಿ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಈಸಿ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ರಿವಿಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆನೆಸ್ಥೆಟಿಕ್ ಅನ್ನ ಅಥಾರಿಟೇಟಿವ್ ಸ್ಟಡಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಬರ್ದಾಗ ಆಟೋಮೆಟಿಕಲಿ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್. ವಿ ಸೇ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್ ಒನ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲೆಂಟ್ ಟು ರೀಡಿಂಗ್ 100 times. So when you write, it will definitely work. So ಇದನ್ನ you will have to identify. ನಿಮ್ ಪೀಕ್ ಅವರ್ಸ್ ಏನೋ, ನಿಮ್ ನಾನ್ ಪೀಕ್ ಅವರ್ಸ್ ಏನೋ ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫೈ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅದ್ರ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಇಟ್ ವರ್ಕ್ಸ್. ಕೆಲವೊಬ್ರು ಅವರು ಮಾರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್, ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ವಿ ಕಾಲ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಅರ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ಡ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಕೆಲವರು ನೈಟ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್, ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಲೇಟ್ ನೈಟ್ ಔಲ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಗೂಬೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ರಾತ್ರಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಣ್ ಬಿಟ್ಕೊಂಡು, ಬಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಏಬಲ್ ಟು ಗಿವ್ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ಸ್. There are a lot of people who study late night and they are able to score good marks. I am not trying to contradict that. But as per the science, studying early morning is always going to be more beneficial. If you are a late night, you identify that and keep working same. ಈಗೇನು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಡಿ, ಇಟ್ ಮೇ ನಾಟ್ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ವರ್ಕ್. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರಿಂಗ್ ಎಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಟೇಬಲ್ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ನೀವ್ ಏನೇ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಒಂದು ನೀಟಾಗಿರೋ ಒಂದು ಟೈಮ್ ಟೇಬಲ್ ನ ರೈಟ್ ನಾವು ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ. What is this timetable? The timetable should have from the time you get up early in the morning till you go to bed, and also monitor number of hours you sleep. For the next 1.5 month or 2 months, even if you sleep for 4 hours, it's more than enough. No book says that a person should sleep more than 4 hours. It is only for the next 2 months. Adadmele your body would have little be starving for sleep. Exam ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಅದನ್ನ ತೀರಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡಿ, ಅಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ಉಪವಾಸ ಇರಿ. ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಕಾಲ್ ಇಟ್ as can you do a sleep fasting ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಏನದು ಸ್ಲೀಪ್ ಫಾಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್? ನಾನು ಎವ್ರಿ ಡೇ 5 hours ಮಲಗ್ತಿದ್ದವನು, ಎವ್ರಿ ಡೇ 6 hours ಮಲಗ್ತಿದ್ದವನು, ಐ ವಿಲ್ ರೆಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಟು 5 hours, ಅಂಡ್ ಒನ್ಸ್ ಮೈ ಸಮ್ಮರ್ ವೆಕೇಶನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಆಗಿದ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಡೇ ಇಂದಾನೆ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಎ ಕುಂಭಕರ್ಣ, ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಫಾಲೋ ದಟ್. ಬಟ್ ಟಿಲ್ ದೆನ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಯು ಯುಟಿಲೈಸ್ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಫಾರ್ ಸ್ಟಡೀಸ್. ಸೊ ಎವ್ರಿ ಅವರ್ದು ಒಂದು ಟೈಮ್ ಟೇಬಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ರಾತ್ರಿ, ಅರ್ಲಿ ಮಾರ್ನಿಂಗ್, ಆಫ್ಟರ್ನೂನ್, ಈವ್ನಿಂಗ್, ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಲಂಚ್, ಡಿನ್ನರ್, ಅದನ್ನು ನೀಟಾಗಿ ಫ್ರೇಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಯಾವತ್ತೇ ಆಗ್ಲಿ ಫ್ರೆಶ್ ಆಗಿ ವೆನ್ ಎವರ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಸ್ಟಡಿ, ಅವಾಗ ಯು ಪುಟ್ ದ ಈಸಿ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್. ಯಾವತ್ತೇ ಆಗ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಾಗ, ಇದಿರುವಾಗ, ಫ್ರೆಶ್ ಆಗಿ ಶುರು ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಡಿಫಿಕಲ್ಟ್ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಓದಿ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ನಂತರ ಇನ್ನೊಂದ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಈಸಿ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು, ನಂತರ ವೆರಿ ಈಸಿ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು, ನಂತರ ವೆರಿ ವೆರಿ ಈಸಿ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು. ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಹೌ ದ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಪ್ಯಾಟರ್ನ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಬಿ. ವಿ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಸೇ ದಿಸ್, ಇಫ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಫಾಲೋ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ವಂಡರ್ಸ್. ಸೊ one more important thing would be, ನಾನು ಹೇಗೆ if you want to forget the presence of the grandmother's photo, the presence of grandmother's audio, the presence of grandmother somebody telling should not be available ಅನ್ನೋ, ಅದೇ ತರ ನೀವೇನಾದ್ರೂ ನೆನಪಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕ್ಯೂ ಕಾರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಅದು ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಆಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಒಂದು ವಿಸಿಟಿಂಗ್ ಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಡಬಲ್ ಸೈಜ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವೇನ್ ಪೋಸ್ಟ್ ಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಲಿಯರ್ ನಮಗ್ ಸಿಕ್ತಿತ್ತು, A4 ಶೀಟ್ ನ 4 ಪಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಅದೊಂದು ಕಾರ್ಡ್ ರೂಪದಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ಕಾರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ನ ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಆನ್ಸರ್ಸ್ ಸಹ ಶಾರ್ಟ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಫ್ರೀ ಇದ್ದಾಗೆಲ್ಲ ಒಂದ್ಸತಿ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಟ್ರೈಂಗ್ ಟು ಗಿವ್ ಆಸ್ ಮೆನಿ ರಿವಿಷನ್ ಆಸ್ ಪಾಸಿಬಲ್. ನೀವು ಎಷ್ಟು ರಿವಿಷನ್ ಕೊಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಶುರು ಮಾಡ್ತೀರೋ ಅಷ್ಟು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಡ್ಯೂರಿಂಗ್ ದ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಿನೇಷನ್. ದ ಮೋರ್ ರಿವಿಷನ್ ಯು ಡೂ, ದ ಬೆಟರ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಬಿಕಮ್. ಸೊ ಅದ್ರದ್ದು ಒಂದ್ 2-3 ಕ್ಯೂ ಕಾರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ನ ತೋರಿಸ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು, ದೆನ್ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಎನಿ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಟ್ರೈ ಟು ಆನ್ಸರ್. And one more very important thing, as I told you, our memory is of 3 types. One is sensory memory, short term memory and long term memory. ಸೆನ್ಸರಿ ಮೆಮರೀಸ್ ನ ನೀವು ಒಂದ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕನ್ಸಿಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಗಾರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು, ಅದನ್ನ ಹತೋಟಿಲಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು, ನಾನು ಓದ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂತ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಕಿಚನ್ ಪಕ್ಕ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಓದೋದು, ಟಿವಿ ಮುಂದೆ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಓದೋದು, ಇಲ್ಲ ಪಕ್ಕದಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬಾ ನಾಯ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಎನ್ವೈರನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಓದೋದು ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಮೈ ಸೆನ್ಸರಿ ಆರ್ಗನ್ಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಸೆಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಸೋ ಮೆನಿ ಸೆನ್ಸಸ್. ಮಮ್ಮಿ ದೋಸೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಮಮ್ಮಿ ನಾನ್ ವೆಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಗೇಟ್ ಇಂದ ಯಾರೋ ಬಂದ್ರು, ಅಲ್ಲೇನೋ ಕೆಲಸ ನಡೀತಿದೆ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಟಿವಿಲಿ ಇದು ಬರ್ತಿದೆ, ಈ ಮೂವಿ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಮತ್ತೆ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾರ. ಆಲ್ ದೀಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ರನ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ every information that gets through your sensory organs will be a distraction for you. ಆ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಇಂದ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ನೀವು ಫೋಕಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ we say sit in a very calm place. It should be having a little light, it should not be very dark. Sit where there is a little fresh air coming in and going. Don't sit very close to the noise. Sit in a calm place and always study in the same place only. Don't change. There is a vastu of place also. ನೀವು ಯಾವ ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಓದ್ತೀರಾ ಆ ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ನೀವು ಎವ್ರಿ ಡೇ ಅದೇ ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ನೀವು ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಇಟ್ ವರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ವೆಲ್ ಫಾರ್ ಯು ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ದಟ್ ಎನ್ವೈರನ್ಮೆಂಟ್. All of a sudden you go into a new place or a friend's place and then if you start studying it will not work. And as I told you in the examination, ನೀವು ಚೇರ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬರೆದು ಓದ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋತಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನೀವು ಅದೇ ಒಂದು ಎನ್ವೈರನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ನ ಮನೇಲೆ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಯು ಮೇ ನಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಎ ಸೆಪರೇಟ್ ರೂಮ್. ಒಂದು ಮನೇಲಿ ಕಾರ್ನರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಚಿಕ್ಕದಾಗಿರೋ ಅಲ್ಗೇನೆ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಅಟ್ ದ ಹೈಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಯಾವ ಟೇಬಲ್ ನಿಮ್ ಕಾಲೇಜಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ, ಎ ಚೇರ್ ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಸ್ ಗುಡ್ ಆಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಚೇರ್ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಓದೋದನ್ನ ಅಭ್ಯಾಸ ಮಾಡಿ, ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಬರೆಯೋದನ್ನ ಅಭ್ಯಾಸ ಮಾಡಿ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಅದೇ ಎನ್ವೈರನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಸಹ ಫೇಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಯು. And there is, in order to keep our 5 sensory organs into control, there is something called as Brahmari Pranayama. See, yoga is the greatest gift that has been given by our ancient, and this can be utilized for a lot of learning purpose also. ನಮಗೆ ಕನ್ಸಿಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ 5 ಸೆನ್ಸರಿ ಆರ್ಗನ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲೋ ಹತೋಟಿ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದಾವೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಗೊತ್ತಾದಾಗ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಡೂ ದಿಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಎ ಷಣ್ಮುಖಿ ಭ್ರಮರಿ ಪ್ರಾಣಾಯಾಮ. Please write it down because I may not have so much of time to explain you. So please go through this. What is this षण्मुखी Brahmari Pranayama? It helps you to develop a positive environment and it brings down stress. It helps you to improve your study skills. Now when study skills anta heltivo, it will help you to improve and it will work wonder there. So in Kelavudu, whenever you have problems, don't call somebody who is not studying. Nimgu odod mele interest barodilla. Always call somebody who is studying, because the moment she picks up the call, she will say, "Yen ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ಯೆ, ನಾನು ಓದ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ" ಅಂದಾಗ you will feel like ನಾನು ಓದ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ. You call somebody and he says, "ನಾನು ಬಿಗ್ ಬಾಸ್ ನೋಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ." ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದ್ಯಾ? ನಾನು ನೋಡ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ, ನಾನು ಹೋಗಿ ನೋಡ್ತೀನಿ. So you should always remember who can help you. दुश्मन कहाँ है? अंदर है. You gave a call. ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಚಾಯ್ಸ್ ಇತ್ತು. You could have called a person who is studying. You could have called a person who is not studying. You made a choice to call somebody who is not studying. Again, I'm telling you, the entire concept of Chaiwala becoming a prime minister, tribal woman becoming a president, and this fisherman's son becoming a greatest scientist, adralli choice is very important. Now the entire life na BCD anta karibodu. All of you, can you repeat? BCD. Once again, BCD. B andre birth agogide, ನೀವು ಜರ್ನಿಲಿ ಇದೀರಾ. ಡೆತ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ is ಬಂದೇ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ನಿಮ್ಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ. Between this birth and between this death, what choices you make will decide whether this Chaiwala will become a prime minister or the Chaiwala will die as a Chaiwala. ನೀವು ಸಹ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ PUC ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಓದ್ತಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಕಾಮರ್ಸ್ ಓದ್ತಿರ್ಬೋದು. God has not come to your ears and he has never told you you cannot become successful. He has never told you, and he has not come to you and also told you you will become this kind of a successful person. The choice is in your hand. What choices you make will decide what destination you reach. If my choice is every day I will get up, I will study, every day I will follow the techniques what Malik sir has told, and I will continue to study, miracles will happen. But if I don't, it shall not happen. So I know your patience also is going. Just 5 more minutes, close your eyes. All of you please close your eyes. Yeah, I can. They will be ready. Yeah, okay. Okay guys, usually I give this Brahmari Pranayama demo because I want you to have that first hand experience. ಈಗ ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಟೆನ್ಷನ್, ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ಗೆ ಓದಿಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಇದೆ, ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಪಾಠ ಇದೆ ನಾನು ಓದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ನೋ ತರ. ವೆನ್ ಯು ಕಾಲ್ ಯುವರ್ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್, ಅವನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ ನಂದೆಲ್ಲ 2-3 ರಿವಿಷನ್ ಮುಗ್ದೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ ಅಂತ. ಯು ಆರ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಸ್ಡ್. ಆ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಸ್ಫುಲ್ ಮೂಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಕಾಮ್ ಯೋರ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್. ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ನೋ ಅದರ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಹೂ ವಿಲ್ ಕಮ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಕಾಮ್ ಯು. ಅಗೇನ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಟೆಲಿಂಗ್ ಯು, दोस्त भी बगल में नहीं है, दोस्त भी अंदर है. You will have to sit and you will have to calm yourself. So what is this Brahmari Pranayama is? Brahmari is this black bee, that big black bee which creates an humming sound which is called as all of you repeat it once. I was fearing the same, but still. Okay, guys, we will go for 5 rounds of Brahmari Pranayama. See, ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, long ago, very long ago, the tail which used to be there is become invisible because God thought evolution ho gaya. But right now we can see tail is not there. Taily character still exists in us. Okay, now what is Brahmari Pranayama? Always remember, vibration is considered as the most highest form of energy. ಯಾಕೆ vibration highest form of energy ಅಂತೀನಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ನಾನು ಡ್ರಿಲ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಮಿಷಿನ್ ನ ನೋಡಿದ್ದೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ರೋಡ್ಸ್ ನ ಡ್ರಿಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು, ರಾಕ್ಸ್ ನ ಡ್ರಿಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು. ನಾವು ಅರ್ಲಿಯರ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಅಸಂಪ್ಷನ್ ಏನಿತ್ತು, ಡ್ರಿಲ್ ಮಾಡತಕ್ಕಂತ ಈ ಮಿಷಿನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಶಾರ್ಪ್ ಎಡ್ಜಸ್ ಇದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಪುಷ್ ಹೋಲ್ ಇನ್ಸೈಡ್ ಅನ್ನೋ ತರ ಇತ್ತು. ರೀಸೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ವೆನ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ವಿಸಿಟೆಡ್ ಎನಿ ಸಚ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್, ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನ್ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ, ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ನೋ ಸಚ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟೆಡ್ ಡ್ರಿಲ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಮಿಷಿನ್, ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಎ ವೈಬ್ರೇಷನ್ ಮಿಷಿನ್ ದೇರ್. ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ಡ್ರಿಲ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಮಿಷಿನ್ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ, ಈಗ ಫ್ಲೈಓವರ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಡ್ರಿಲ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಮಿಷಿನ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದಾರಲ್ಲ, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಎ ಹೋಲ್ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಬೀನ್ ಡ್ರಿಲ್ಡ್, it is the vibration that is being captured. The vibration will loosen the soil, and then a bore is made to remove that soil and remove the extra particles like rock and mud outside. Andre vibration alli ashtu strong element ide. Vibration is considered as the most powerful energy. Now when we close our eyes and when we do that Brahmari, the entire spinal cord and all the different parts of our brain gets into that vibrative mode and it cleanses itself. Okay, so when that cleansing happens, it channelizes. Andre namdu enadru the entire track alli enadru katkonbittidre, andre there is a blockage, yaro bartidare, you are not able to focus, because what has happened, all of you remember, your memory is like this all. Now what happens, we always tell our students, ee memory na ಎಷ್ಟು ಸೇಫ್ ಆಗಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿರಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಯಾರೇ ಬಂದು ಯಾವುದೇ ಗಲೀಜ್ ಹಾಕ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅವಕಾಶ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಡಿ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನ್ ಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಹುಡುಕ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದಾಗ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಅದೇ ಬೇಕಿರೋದು, ಇದು ನಮ್ ಮೆಮರಿ ಅಂತ ನೀವು ಊಹೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಆ ಮೆಮರಿಲಿ ಮೊದಲನೇ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಉತ್ತರ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಬ್ರಿಂಗ್. ಬಟ್ ನೀವು ಉತ್ತರ ತರ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂತ ಹೋದಾಗ ನಿಮ್ ಮೆಮರಿಲಿ ಬರೀ ನೀವು ಓದಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದೇ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಯು ವುಡ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸ್ಪೆಂಡ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಇನ್ ಮೆನಿ ಅದರ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸಸ್, ಅದು ಬಂದು ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಕುತ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ರೀಸೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಯಾವ್ದೋ ಒಂದು ಫಿಲ್ಮ್ ನೋಡಿರ್ತೀರಾ, ಅದು ಒಂದ್ ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಕುಂತಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಬಿಗ್ ಬಾಸ್ ನೋಡಿರ್ತೀರಾ, ಅದು ಒಂದ್ ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಕುಂತಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾರ ಹತ್ರನೋ ಜಗಳ ಆಡಿರ್ತೀರಾ, ಆ ಮೆಮರಿನೂ ಒಂದ್ ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಕುಂತಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾವ್ದೋ ಒಂದ್ ಮ್ಯಾರೇಜ್ ಹೋಗಿರ್ತೀರಾ, ಎಂಟೈರ್ ಇನ್ಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ನ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಅವರ್ ಸೆನ್ಸರಿ ಆರ್ಗನ್ಸ್ ಕೆನಾಟ್ ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಸೆಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್. ದಟ್ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಸ್ಟೇ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್. ಈಗ ನಾನು ಯಾವ್ದನ್ನ ಒಂದು ಸೂಜಿನ ಕಳ್ದಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹುಡುಕು ಅಂದಾಗ highly impossible. Why? This has become a garbage. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಫೇಸ್ಬುಕ್ ಒಂಚೂರು ಇದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಟ್ವಿಟರ್ ಇದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ರೀಲ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮೂವಿ ಇದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಗಾಸಿಪಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಿದೆ, ಯಾರ ಹತ್ರನೋ ಜಗಳ ಆಡಿದ್ದಿದೆ, ಯಾರ ಬಗ್ಗೆನೋ ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ದಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಎವ್ರಿ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ನಾನು ಈ ಒಂದು ಮೆಮರಿಲಿ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅದನ್ನ ಒಂದು ಕಸದಂತೆ ನಾನು ನೋಡಿದಾಗ, ನಾನು ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಿನೇಷನ್ ಹಾಲ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಾನು ಫ್ರೆಶ್ ಆಗಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟರ್ನಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕ್ಲೆನ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮಲ್ಟಿಪಲ್ ಟೈಮ್ಸ್ ಬಾತ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ಆಚೆ ನೀಟಾಗಿದ್ದು ನಾನು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋದ್ರೆ, ಮೈ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಇಸ್ ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ಎ ಡಸ್ಟ್ಬಿನ್, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ನೀವೇ ಬೆಳೆದಲ್ಲಿರೋ ತುಂಬಿದೀರಾ. So what I say, for the next 2 months, ಯಾವುದು ಬರಲೇಬಾರದು. Nothing should come. If there is a marriage of your cousin also, ಅವ್ರೇನ್ ನೀವು ಹೋಗ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಮದುವೆ ಆಗಂತ ನಿಲ್ಸೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ನೀವು ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಆಮೇಲಿಂದ ಹೋಗಿ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿ ಮ್ಯಾರಿಡ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರೇನ್ ಬೇಜಾರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಿಲ್ಲ. Do not go there, because the moment you go there, lot of memory will come and it will start getting accumulated in this place. ಇದು ಒಂದು ಟೆಂಪಲ್ ತರ ಸ್ವಚ್ಛವಾಗಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ನೀಟಾಗಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತೀವೋ, ಯಾವುದೋ ಆಚೆಯಿಂದ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಬರಬಾರ್ದು, ಓನ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟಡೀಸ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು, ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಲಾಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಮಲಗ್ ಬಿಡ್ಬೇಕು, ಇಲ್ಲ ಮೆಡಿಟೇಟಿವ್ ಪೋಸ್ಚರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಬೇಕು. ಇದನ್ನ when you do it regularly, automatically what happens, the place becomes very tidy. ನೀವು ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಿನೇಷನ್ ಹಾಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡಾಗ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನ್ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಬೇಕು ಅದನ್ನ ಪಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕ್ಯಾಪ್ಚರ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಬರಿಬಹುದು. 100% is not at all impossible, because all of your brains are much capable of getting more than 100%. Why? Because human mind is powerful. ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನ ಕ್ಲೀನ್ ಆಗಿ ಬಳಕೆ ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. By doing this Brahmari, what happens? It actually sends out all the particles which are irrelevant outside, and it keeps only that is required, which helps you. At least ಇನ್ಮೇಲಿಂದ ನಾದ್ರೂ ಔಟ್ಸೈಡ್ ಇಂದ ಗಾರ್ಬೇಜ್ ಬರ್ದಲೇ ಇರೋ ತರ whatever this Brahmari also will help you, and you should also take care not to get into such places where lot of information will start getting inside you. Adukoskara we practice this Brahmari. Brahmari is normally doing Anibi. I just inhale and I say So it has to be a long, ಎಷ್ಟು lengthy ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Inhale, if you are taking X, exhale should be 3 times more time than that. ಅದನ್ನೇ we call it as deep breathing. ಇದನ್ನ for 5 rounds ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅದಾದ ನಂತರ we will practice what is called as Shanmukhi Brahmari Pranayama. ಏನದು Shanmukhi Brahmari means I am becoming a Krishna who is having this 5 horses. 5 horses andre 5 sensory organs. Horse which is trying to see, horse which is trying to smell, horse which is trying to taste, horse which is trying to feel the touch, horse which is listening. ಈ 5 ಕುದುರೆಗಳನ್ನ ಹತೋಟಿಲ್ ತಗೊಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ I will have to practice this Shanmukhi Brahmari Pranayama for 2-3 minutes. ನೀವು every day practice ಮಾಡಿ ನಂತರ if you sit for studies, you will see there is a miraculous changes in you because the memory system has cleansed, the channel has been cleansed, and after that when you read, everything will go and get placed into the right place. Idu madlikke ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಇದು 5 rounds ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ you will have to open your fingers like this, and with your index finger you will have to close. Those who are wearing spectacles, you keep it in your pockets. Index finger na you will have to close your eyes. ಈಗ ಸದ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇಡ, ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇರಿ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಯುವರ್ ಮಿಡಲ್ ಫಿಂಗರ್ ಆನ್ ಬೋತ್ ದ ಇಯರ್ಸ್. ಎರಡು ನೋಸ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ನೋಸಿನ ಬಲಭಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಡಭಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ. ದೆನ್ ಯುವರ್ ರಿಂಗ್ ಫಿಂಗರ್ ಆನ್ ಯುವರ್ ಅಪ್ಪರ್ ಲಿಪ್, ಲಿಟಲ್ ಫಿಂಗರ್ ಆನ್ ಯುವರ್ ಲೋವರ್ ಲಿಪ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ತರ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಇಂಡೆಕ್ಸ್ ಫಿಂಗರ್, ಮಿಡಲ್ ಫಿಂಗರ್, ರಿಂಗ್ ಫಿಂಗರ್, ಆಮೇಲಿಂದ ಲಿಟಲ್ ಫಿಂಗರ್. ಆಮೇಲೆ ನಿಮ್ ಥಂಬ್ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಥಂಬ್ನ you will have to close your ears. Gentle ಆಗಿ ನೀವು ನಿಮ್ ಕಿವಿನ ಮುಚ್ಕೊಂಡಾಗ, ನೀವು humming sound ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ you will feel a place, a time where you will not feel that everything around you exists. That is called as a meditative posture. ಅದನ್ನ 2-3 round ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ automatic ಆಗಿ you will feel confident. ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ all of you know this ಧ್ಯಾನ ಮುದ್ರಾನ, Chin Mudra we call it as. We use it for dhyana. You will have to hold your index finger and your thumb crossed like this, touching at the tip. Both your 3 fingers should be straight. You should keep it on your lap. Don't actually sit cross-legged. Keep your legs flat. Let there be a 90-degree sitting posture. 90-degree in the knees, 90-degree in your heel and your kneecap. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಆ ತರ ಸ್ಟ್ರೈಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಕಮ್ ಟುವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ದ ಫ್ರಂಟ್ ಪೋರ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಚೇರ್. ಹೊರಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಡಿ, ಒಂದ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮುಂದೆ ಬನ್ನಿ. ಸಿ ಚೇರ್, ಸಿ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಸಿಟ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಆನ್ ಎ ಚೇರ್, ಕಮ್ ಟುವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ದ ಫ್ರಂಟ್ ಪೋರ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಚೇರ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಈಗ ಮಾಡಬಹುದಾ? ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಲಿಸನ್ ಟು ಮೈ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್. Once you have closed your eyes, until and unless I ask you to open the eyes, you are not going to open. Is that clear? Okay. Now close your eyes. You are not doing any dhyana mudra without keeping your fingers like that. Normally 5 rounds. Then I will say go for Shanmukhi. Then I will give you the instruction. With the thumb close your ears and ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ ಅದನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿರಂತೆ. First round without that. You are not going to open your eyes until and unless I ask you to open your eyes. Agboda? Okay, ready? Steady. Close your eyes. Keep your spectacles down. Ma'am, your specs down in your pocket. All of you, close your eyes. Close your eyes. Inhale. 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 Last round. Inhale. Without opening your eyes, Use your thumb to close your ears, index finger on your eyes, middle finger on both the nostrils, ring finger on your upper lip, and little finger on your lower lip. Close your ears, close your ears, close your ears. Inhale, while inhaling, loosen your ears. Inhale. 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 Keep your eyes closed. Keep your eyes closed. Come to Dhyana Mudra. You will be, your hands are in Chill Mudra and keep it on your palm. Gently lift your head 30 degrees as though you are looking at the sky and try to focus between your two eyebrows. Try to focus between your two eyebrows. Keep your eyes closed. Keep your eyes closed. And just listen to whatever I am saying. Oh great God, keep your eyes closed. Oh great God, thank you so much for giving this life as a human. I know that there are a lot of animals, there are a lot of plants, there are a lot of insects, there are a lot of microorganisms who could have been a human instead of me. Thank you for choosing me. Thank you so much, oh God. Oh God, thank you so much for such a loving mother. I know my mother is working hard at home. And I am also very seriously studying here, knowing that my mother is working very hard. My mother is not a silver spoon born lady. She's been working meticulously to see to it I do good. Every moment I spend in my college, I will remember this. My mother is there working for me, and with lot of love and affection, she would be rearranging the home so that when I go back, the home should look neat and tidy. It should help me to study. Thank you so much for giving me such a loving mother. Oh God, thank you so much. I know there are a lot of people who are motherless. How they would have lived their life without a mother. Now having such a respectful mother, a mother who is working right now. I know my mother is not wasting the time like few of us are wasting here. My mother would not be laughing at each other. She would only be thinking, my daughter is studying in Silicon City PU College. My son is studying in a Silicon City PU College. I want to keep this home so blessed so that once my son comes back from the college, let him study, and I want him to lead a very luxurious life. My life is enough. This is what your mom is assuming. Let us thank for that mom which God has given you. Remember, there are a lot of orphans who do not have mother. There are a lot of orphans who do not have mother. I know there are a lot of orphans who do not have a father. How much blessed I am, how much blessed I am. My father right now is sweating. My father is sweating because I can sit comfortably in the Silicon College and study. I don't want my friends to spoil this class. It's my father's hard-earned money that he has paid as a fees, and when my friend makes a fun and if I am laughing, I think I am also a guilty there. I am disrespecting my father. I am actually slapping my father. I am slapping my mother by misbehaving in the class. She will not like this. There are a lot of such days where she has carried me for 9 months, not even having a comfort to sit and stand, working day in, day out. And for such mother, if I am sitting in a college and if I am making fun, when my teacher is consistently telling, this is a class that can make a difference and I am not taking it so seriously, oh God, something is horribly wrong in me. I don't deserve such a parent. Give me another birth where I'll be an orphan. Now you have given me my parents. I am blessed. I am filled with tears, oh God. Thank you so much. Forgive all my sins if I have disrespected my parents. I know if I am not behaving properly in my college, I am not disrespecting anybody because my teachers will only be passers-by. But my mother who is there at home, my father who is working selflessly day in, day out, he is expecting that I am going to make a difference. And for him, And when I become a father for my son, I want to tell him, this is the life what I lived. When there was a college, I took college very seriously. And when there was a school, I took the school very seriously. Like this Chaiwala took every moment of his life very seriously. And today he has become what he has become because of that conviction that every choices what he is going to make is not for fun, for a serious affair. And today I am very, very thankful for such a great father, for such a loving mother. Oh God, what else could I have asked? I am not blind. I know there are a lot of blind students who will write +2 and they will score 80 and 90%. I know in the last year they have scored. You have given me these beautiful highs. Should I not be a little serious about what I am doing? I know sometimes I am playful. Forgive all that, oh God. You know. This age is like that. But I'll be serious from now on. I know these beautiful eyes, without them, how I would have lived my life. Thank you so much, oh God. Oh God, thank you so much because I'm able to think. I'm able to calculate. I remember the story when Albert Einstein and the great Thomas Alva Edison, they were not allowed to get an admission in the school because they were mentally retarded and they were slow children. And I am not, I know. Thank you so much for that, oh God. Thank you so much. Oh God, thank you so much for both of my hands and legs. Without this, what I would have done? Thank you so much, oh God. I know there are a lot of people with no hands, with no arms, no legs, or sesame handicap, one hand, one arm, one hand, one leg, or only one arm or only one leg. How they would have lived their life. Here I am so comfortably living. I think I'll have to be quite serious about whatever I am doing. Colleges can only be a stepping stone. Your teacher is a stepping stone. By disrespecting her, you are stepping onto your teacher and disrespecting. This is the greatest curse that could happen to you if you continue to disrespect. We are not from that Western culture. We are from a culture where we believe Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma. We call a teacher more than Parabrahman because Parabrahman is a creator of Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, and a teacher is more than that Parabrahman. By disrespecting that teacher, I am doing the most crime, biggest crime in my life. Let me not continue to do this in my life. Give me some seriousness, oh God. Life is not always like this. God, I know. Recently when I visited a cancer hospital, I realized how much blessed I am. In this cancer hospital, there were kids 18 years, youngsters like 18, 19, kids like 10 years, 11 years. And when I told them I want to celebrate this new year, and I had approached them in the month of October, and the doctor told, I don't think so any of them would be able to see this new year 2026. That is when I realized how much blessed I am with so much of good health. I am so much blessed with so much of good health. I think I have to take life quite seriously from now. I don't have cancer. I don't have a hole in my heart. The doctor with tears told, I don't think so any of them will be there for 2026 New Year celebration because their days are lessened and we will have to count them in hours. I am not living in such a pathetic state. You have gifted me, oh God. You have gifted me with so much of abundance. You have gifted me a college like Silicon. It's not going to come to everybody. Being born in a city like Bangalore, I am blessed, oh God. I am filled with a lot of gratitude. Thank you so much, oh God. Thank you so much. From now on, I will guard myself. I will never let my friends actually hit on my father, spit on my mother, because every time they are going to waste of mine, it is not me who is wasting the time. It is me who is wasting my parents' hard-earned money, who is actually denting my parents' dream, my father's dream, my mother's dream. Thank you so much, oh God, for such a loving father, for such a loving mother, for such a caring teacher, for such a caring principal, for such a caring college. How much blessed I am, how much blessed I am. I cannot express in words. You are born in India. You know when you leave the home, you will come back alive. There are a lot of places, there are a lot of communist places where a girl leaves a home, we don't know whether she will come back. A boy leaves a home, we don't know whether he will come back. We are in such a pathetic place also. But I am blessed to be in a place like India. Bharat Mata ki Jai. Jai O India. Today I promise, oh God, after this class, I will show a lot of seriousness. Because nobody hit me so hard, just like Sir has hit me now. Nobody had told me so cruel things that sir has told me now, and I realize how important it is for me to right now change. If I'm not going to change now, I think there will never be a second chance for me, because there is never a second chance. There is never a first chance. There is never a first chance. I know this. Oh God, I have understood this. Bless me, oh God, so that I don't do any such mistakes in my life. And from today, I am going to continue to be the man I wanted to be. I respect my parents, I respect my father, I respect my mother. With deep picture of theirs in my heart, I promise all of you to take your hand towards your heart. The heart is on the left hand side for those who are confused. So, and say, I promise. All of you repeat. I promise. I am going to study so well. I'll make my parents proud. I'll make my parents proud. I'll make my teachers proud. I'll make this country proud. I promise to make the God proud. That He has given birth not to a man who is living an animalistic life, but a man who has lived a human life, satisfied human life. Rub your palms, do not close your arms. Rub your palms gently. Try to generate sufficient heat. Slowly, very slowly, gently. Rub on your forehead, on your eyebrow, on your chin, on your cheek. Thank you guys. Love you all so much. A big round of applause.
Check the other mic. Bring that chair.